Logitech mic that I could use. That's pretty 360 mic-esque. Because that was pretty much how it sounded when we were playing, I really like the silver card. That was pretty much how it sounded when we were playing, when we were doing the cooking stream. McDonald's mic. You think that if I came back, they would just give me the mic? I'd be like, hey, JJ, look, I know I hate you and you hate me, but like, you know, what if instead of being a greedy fucking asshole, you just gave me something for once in your wretched, wretched life? And then I'd probably get banned. Yeah.
Welcome to my dog. Are you using the app today?
No, I won't be using the app today. Dude, I don't know what it is about the McDonald's that's like close to our house, but they would always cop an attitude if you were not using the app. They'd be like, well, the McDonald's, are you using the app today? And we'd be like, no. And they'd be like, all right, what do you want? And it's like, Jesus, guys. Like, look, I get it. I had to work through the app shit too, but like, come on now. Oh, dude, we're starting off strong. Already spinning. Dude, look at us. Look at us. Now, see, the thing is I don't understand the math coin thing. But we'll get there. Oh, God. Oh, God. Say goodbye to the second wheel. But the second wheel's what has the coin tower. How am I going to get tilted at the towers now? The one 30 minutes away from Matt. He's been keeping track. They've gotten his order right less than 5% of the time. Holy shit. That's awesome. Does he have like a spreadsheet? I mean, I'm sure that's not awesome for Matt, but it's awesome for me. Oh man, he does. That's fucking beautiful. That's beautiful. I gotta ask him about that next time we play together. I need to hear about this spreadsheet. Oh, the UFO! The UFO! You know, Chad, I think we'll be fine if I just let nature play its course here. See? All right, we'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do that. Bam. Wham bam. Thank you. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's definitely like the fast food chains, like when we're looking for places that we'll definitely avoid. It does help that you know, I used to work there, so like I kind of have an idea of what's shitty and what isn't. And let me tell you, shit really ain't changed in almost 10 years. Good Lord. Give me the tower! But, man. We definitely have, like, like an idea of, like, oh, this one's kind of shit, they always do this wrong, or this one's drinks kind of suck, or this one always kinds of, you know, like, gets the orders wrong, generally. You know, we keep at least track of that, but I don't think we've had that much bad luck when it comes to, you know, what we've been ordering with anywhere really that we've had that kind of issue where we needed to track. Although, to be fair, it's not like we're really eating out as much anymore. Regardless, UFO! I'm gonna put it right here. Oh yeah, I was gonna yap about this yesterday, and I didn't have the chance. If anybody has any sort of anything about not wanting to see or hear any of the Mario movie spoilers, this is gonna be your moment to close your ears for like 10 minutes while I talk about this movie, because it's just simply okay, you know? It was the big thing for me. Haven't even seen the first one yet? Dude, you're not missing out on much. So like, you know, the first movie's like, it's okay. Like, it's an all right movie, you know? It's definitely like, it's nothing, you know, super special, but it's like, you know, if you're a fan of Mario, it's like, this is exactly what you kind of expect a movie to be about. It's Mario, you know? It's not like they have a shit ton that they can really like do. You know, it's a fucking plumber that goes and, you know, rescues a princess, you know? It's like what can you really do with that? And they managed to like at least do something, you know. The characters have arcs and all that stuff, and you know, they do something, you know, at least with it, right? This movie, while visually, I will say, again, they really put their whole ussy, their whole illuminusy into the Mario movies, man. Like, visually, the movie looked really good. It was a really, really like just visually nice movie. Other than that, though, I wasn't really expecting much from the plot. The humor was fine. It was pretty much kind of the same from, you know, the first movie, which I expected, you know. And again, I'm not expecting this movie to have like, you know, an interstellar plot or nothing like that. But it just felt like so nothing, you know? Hold on, we're getting a tower. And we're getting the biggest tower that we can get. Cool. But what was I saying? So, to start getting into spoiler stuff. So, I think the biggest thing with the movie is that it just kind of feels like things are happening like constantly, and they don't really give any like moments to any of the characters, unlike the first one. You know, where it's like in the first movie, it like starts out with Mario and Luigi in Brooklyn, and they like, you know, they're starting their own plumbing thing, and there's like that whole business of them like, you know, it establishes this whole thing that nobody believes in them and they just want to prove themselves, right? And then they go through the whole arc of the movie, and then they save Brooklyn and all that stuff, you know, at the very end by beating Bowser and all that stuff. And so they're heroes, and it's like a whole thing. And it's like, okay, cool. They have an arc. They prove themselves, you know, they're you know, they are capable, that whole thing, right? This movie doesn't really have that. It kind of just starts out with, you know, Rosalina, and then she's like reading to the Lumas. And then it's like, oh yeah, cool, you know, and then she, you know, fights for a bit and then gets captured. And then that's kind of all it feels like they do with Rosalina. They kind of just chase her for the whole movie. They don't really have her do anything, which was surprising for me. I really, really thought that Rosalina was going to have more to do. I thought she was going to be way more involved in the plot. And, you know, come to find out that she's just kind of this, we need to go rescue her character. Which I was like, that kind of sucks, because, like, I thought she was going to have way more to do in the movie, but she's relegated to probably about, in total, like, maybe 15 minutes worth of screen time. You know, and so, like, that was something that I was kind of like, you know, whatever, about. I thought she was going to be in the movie more. Anyways, though, that's not really important. That's not really why I didn't like it that much. As much as the first one. What's up, Acorn? I'm spoiling the Mario movie, so if you want to see that, you know, Cover your ears. But what's up? Hope you're having a good Friday. Crazy considering the marketing? Absolutely. That's what I said. That's what me and Snowy both said. We were both like, it's crazy that she was barely in the fucking movie considering how much of her was the marketing, you know? I don't care about Mario? All right, then listen to me bitch about it then. Perfect. So, like, they do that, right? And so then that was immediately like kind of a whatever. And then I think what gets me about this movie outside of that is it feels like they're building up this whole plot between Luigi, Mario, and Bowser, right? And Bowser being like a good guy and everything and finally coming around and like having this turnaround moment. And I thought because there's a part in the end where, Bowser Jr. comes and he rescues, Bowser and all that stuff. And they do a whole thing and it's like, and Bowser like doesn't want Bowser Jr. to kill them. He's like, can you just like, not kill them and stuff. And Bowser Jr.'s like, okay, it's for you, Dad. I'll do whatever. And so, then that's what starts the whole like dinosaur island sequence thing that happens. And so I was like, oh, it's going to lead to like a whole thing at the end where Bowser's kind of like, like it's like this kind of rivalry thing where Bowser Jr. becomes like this like super evil villain guy and he's like trying to like kill and schmurder people and Bowser's gonna be like, no son, that's not what we're about there. What's up, Nate? I'm spoiling the Mario movie, so if you care, shield your ears. But happy Friday. But then it's like they don't do that at all. And then like just towards the end, Bowser just fully hold on, Coin Tower. As Snowy heard me complaining and she's here now. Only watch that movie with friends, so I don't care. All right, perfect. So yeah, they do that, and then yeah, exactly. Like I thought that Bowser was gonna have more of a character arc, but then in the end, he just fully like goes like, nah, fuck it. I fucking love my son. fuck those Mario Bros. I'm gonna kill him. My son built a whole planet for us, which was also another thing. Which again, these are just smaller nitpicks with the movie that I'm kind of just like, I'm just a little whatever on. I don't really care too much about these little things. It's just things that I kind of like. They did more of this in the actual first movie. So I was just expecting characters to have maybe a little bit more of an arc. I know it's a kid's movie, but like still, it was nice to see in the first movie and what I liked so much about the first movie that I was really hoping that, they would kind of go a similar route. But, it really just kind of felt like they set a lot of stuff up. And me and Snowy, despite what they've said, we think that they're absolutely setting up for a Smash Brothers movie. Might have been right to not care for it. So again, I have small nitpicks with the movie, but that's just because, I just can't not watch movies like this. Again, I want to preface, despite all my complaining, I still think the movie was fine. It was not better than the first movie, but I still think it was fine. It did, what it was gonna do, which is be a Mario movie. And, it was fine for that. It wasn't like it wasn't like Minecraft movie levels of bad, where it's just like, this is just kind of like a shitpost incarnate. It was just kind of like, this could have been better. They've done things like this better before. So like, I kind of would have expected more is the only thing I think that I have an issue with it at certain points. But like, I don't really agree with a lot of the, like the critics being like, this is a piece of shit poo-poo movie that's awful garbage and it's just slop. I don't think it's slop. I think that there's just, a lot of bones and a lot of building that they just end up not doing anything with, because again, it's the Mario movie. Like they did this in the first movie where they referenced a bunch of shit. It's just a little bit easier to not see all the references when it's, the older movies or the older games that they're referencing to, versus the, with this one where it was like a bunch of the newer, more recognizable shit that of course you're gonna like get, all that to say though, in terms of things that I had actual issues with, I think that they got really away from themselves in terms of cameo characters. Yeah, Acorn, the Mario Galaxy movie came out on the 1st. Mid but fun for fans. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, I had fun. I had fun watching the movie. You know, afterwards, I definitely was kind of like, okay, that was okay, but I still had fun, you know? But, well, hydrate, hell yeah. Like, I still had fun, you know? It definitely was still, like, fun to go see, you know, regardless. But, here are my main issues. One, Rosalina not being a big thing, and then the cameo characters that were in there, and the small little, like, things. Of course, there's a bunch of Mario characters, and, you know, it's like Mario Galaxy, so it's expanding out to, like, a lot of the Mario. So, you know, you see the Delfinos, you see all this stuff, and a lot of, like, the references, I will say, I thought they were gonna hang on some stuff a lot longer, and they really didn't. I think the longest is like there were like, and I will say the movie's snappy. It does move very, very quickly, which I think is what makes the ending for me feel a little bit like, for me and Snowy both kind of just felt like, oh, it's just over, huh? And I'll get to that. But sorry, I dropped my duck call. But so when it comes to what I didn't like, when it is the cameo characters. So if you didn't know, Star Fox McCloud is in the fucking movie, and me and Snowy, like, when I saw him at first, because I didn't get this spoiled. Snowy got it spoiled for her, but I didn't get this spoiled for me. I had everything blocked on everything for this, right? And I didn't think that he'd be such an integral character to actually, like, solving the main problem, which was rescuing Rosalina in the movie, right? So he was just there, and don't get me wrong, he was a cool character. Like, you know, I liked him, but I was also kind of like, why the fuck is Fox here? Out of all the characters that you could have pulled from, like, the greater Mario stuff, Fox McCloud is who you're pulling from, like, from just the Nintendo verse. And then in that same scene where you meet Fox, they show in this, like, because there's, like, this hub world. I forget what it's called. Or the Gateway Galaxy is what it's called. Oh, yeah, and Uki. Yeah. So they show a bunch of these other, like, characters and stuff like that, and they're doing a panning shot of all these ships that are there. And in the beginning of that scene, you can see on the very right is Samus's ship. Shoop, going away. I caught it very quickly, and it was 1000% her ship. So I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, these other characters do exist and can be in here. And then Pikmin show up as well. There's Pikmin there. And then there were probably some other characters in the background that I was missing, but those are the ones that stood out to me. And again, that's what I thought that was all going to be, you know, especially once they did show Fox. I was like, oh, he's just going to be a one-off character. But no, he just becomes a part of the gang, you know? I think the funniest thing for me is the fact that fucking my boy Childish Gambino literally doesn't have. I thought they were gonna make Yoshi speak. Nope. And you know what? What a move. What a move. How funny to just think that Flubber's sitting in the fucking recording booth going, Yoshi. You know, literally just doing that. He says nothing other than Yoshi the whole movie. Honestly, my favorite performance of everybody there. So great. It's so great to just sit there and think that he was just sitting in the recording booth just going, so you just want me to make Yoshi sounds? Yes, Mr. Flubber. Okay. Oh yeah, he did go like, yeah, he did a lot of that shit. So that was fun. What's up, Nemo? I'm bitching about the Mario movie. Here was the thing that really got me is, again, there was a lot of Mario characters that were cameoed, right? So, like, you know, there was Wart and all that stuff, and then there was also like what else? Birdo was there for a little bit. They just had a lot of, like, characters that, like, were there that I feel like I feel like they should have been more in the story, and then they just weren't, and I was like, why? You know, like what's the point? You know, like those two. So that was a little interesting. I think the biggest and weirdest change for me in terms of stuff that they did specifically for the movie, which also I think just is really funny retroactively, seeing a lot of people complaining about it on for fan art. So Rosalina and Peach are sisters. They possess the same cosmic abilities in this movie. And they made them sisters. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool. Let me try that. So we, you know, that felt interesting. I was like, huh. And then, God, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, so close. Oh, my favorite art a lot weirder now? Yep, I literally saw somebody that posted some fan art of Peach and Rosalina making out, and then they were like gonna go see the here's one more piece of fan art of them before I go see the Mario movie, and the entire fucking comment section was just that gif of Mr. Krabs and Squidward looking at SpongeBob just going, how do we tell him? And I was like, good lord. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I think was just that it felt like there was a lot of stuff building up. They go through this whole fight in the end. You know, it was cool getting to see some different forms of stuff, like Dry Bowser and you know, all that other stuff. You know, like I was actually honestly surprised they showed Bowser getting fucking slimed in lava. That was pretty dope. And then yeah, they just kind of, you know, they have like a big old fight scene, and then, you know, then it's like Peach is in there and doing a whole thing, and, you know, she goes and she saves Rosalina, and then they, you know, they're like, we're gonna use our cosmic powers to rewrite this planet and make it nice. And then the movie ends. And it's like this didn't feel nearly as like it just feels like so like the ending just feels so like, and we're done. So, you know, that was I really think the only thing is that it just felt a little quick right at the end. Like, again, I wasn't expecting much from the plot, but that ending of everything just kind of made me go, oh, they kind of were just like building stuff up that just didn't get any fucking payoff, like, at all. You know, which kind of sucks. But, whatever, I guess. You know, what can you do, I guess, so. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, again, it was fine. You know, the movie was fine enough. It didn't need to be fucking Shakespeare or nothing. But, yeah, I mean, you know, if you can pirate it or something, do that. I stand by the 2.5 I gave it. Because it just didn't do, I think, nearly as good as what it could have done that the first movie did. The first movie did a lot of the, like, actual character stuff a lot better. And this one just didn't. And I think that's it. I think I have nothing more to say about the movie. All right, yeah, that's okay. Now I'm done spoiling it. I'm done spoiling it.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
How does it compare to Pinocchio, A True Story? Nothing compares to Pinocchio, A True Story. Pinocchio, A True Story is truly the
I'm so sorry.
The game of the ages, or the movie of the ages. Now you want to talk about a movie that gets some glowing review from me. I could talk about Project Hail Mary all day. Go to second wheel! I fucking love that movie. That movie was really good. And if you get the chance to see it, please do. Yeah, the real cinema heads. It was very, very good. Very good. I would highly recommend Project Hail Mary if you have the chance to watch it. It was nice getting a space science-y movie that didn't feel like it was talking. Did I win? Okay, so again, I don't know what I did differently. I don't know what I did differently here. I gotta be so for real with you. I just was kind of just like bullshitting around. And it all just kind of worked out. Let's just let this run its course. No, Johnny, I won't spoil Project Hail Mary. No, not at all. Also, hi Johnny. I hope you're doing well. I love that movie, and that is I was telling Snowy this. I liked the movie initially. I really liked it when we watched it, and I didn't realize how much of an impact it made with me until like the other day when I was literally just still thinking about it. Like I was literally sitting here just thinking about the fucking movie. And I was just like, you know, gushing about it. Because there's, again, I'm seeing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that they're talking about with some of the shots in the movies and how much stuff is practical. And it's just good. It's just a good movie. Just go watch it. It's good. It's one of the movies that has made me feel like when I watched Interstellar for the first time, it's like it gave me the same feeling. It's just a good movie. I think you should just go watch it. Lucky if I get to round 8 or 9. Nemo, I feel that. I like yesterday or not yesterday, but the day before when we were playing this, I feel like I couldn't get past round 12 and 13. We were stuck in 12 and 13 land. I don't know what the hell was happening to me. But now it's like I just wasn't paying attention and I was bitching about, you know, the Mario movie and I won. All right, we can go to the next character. Yo, what's up, Tracker? I hope you're having a good day, Johnny. I hope everybody's having a good day, by the way. I don't think I said it. I just got off to the races when we were talking earlier today. And I didn't wish y'all a good day. So I hope everybody's having a good day. All right.